Right. Good
Big
evening,
announcement.
drumheads.
Big announcement here, drumheads.
Big announcement. We've had a century.
100 subscribers.
100 subscribers. Well done, the 100th guy or
I just,
girl.
I just want to
But
thank. I just want to thank my family, my friends.
we couldn't believe it. Just before we decided to come on, Jason's like that, checking the stats, and he went, "Oh, that's us," because we were sitting at 99. It was horrible, wasn't it? It
For
was like waiting
weeks.
in a bus. We're like, "Oh, when are we getting the 100th person?"
It was like
Who has come
rainy days outside, and I'm looking, and it's just like everything is
waiting
just
for this, waiting for the
99. I'm
cloud
like,
to go. Wait a minute, can we not get the can we not find the individual, hunt them
I
down? Can we not
we
give them something like a
maybe
mug
I
or
could, maybe
a
I could.
beanie or something?
If you give me some time, I'll sort of find out, where they live and all that stuff. But until then, all we know is just that
Well, do you
magic
know what you
number.
do, right? So I want to find out, and if we can find out, let's send them a T-shirt or something like that.
Oh,
Because everybody, I've got a big basket full of T-shirts because that, what's it, pay smart pay, whatever it's
yeah,
called.
yeah.
What's it
Sum up,
called?
sum up.
Sum up. Nobody's using it.
Nobody's
We're
buying
sitting
them.
here with Jason's not coming to Scotland. He's going to have to walk. Jason, start walking now.
I'm
Right, you'll get here for August, mate.
well, next time I come, I'm not even gonna bring a shirt either. I'm just gonna
No,
wear all those back
don't just
every
come
day.
with a pair of flip flops, right? A pair of flip flops and a pair of shorts
Oh
and
man.
a vest that's
Yeah.
all moth eaten and all that.
Like we don't openly promote this all the time. You get like all YouTubers and that going like, yeah, make sure you follow us and subscribe. We
I
we
know,
actively
but
don't put that on people, you know what I
no,
mean?
do you know what?
I can't bear to
Look,
do
if you
it
like
really.
it, you no. If you like it, you
Exactly.
like it. Subscribe. If you don't like it, then still watch it, but hate it, and then go,
Yeah, yeah,
we hate you, by the way, like nectar. That's good, guy. I always say this. I hope that out there, right, when people are watching this, you go, see that guy, I just want to
yeah.
throw rotten tomatoes at him, man. Buffs has got a thing, she goes like this when she's raging. She doesn't say anything, she just goes like this. Ah! She's what? How is that
That says more than words could. All right.
communication?
These 100 subscribers though. I mean, I have to say they're genuine. They're genuine subscribers. These are
Yeah, that's the thing,
these are real
that's good.
people. We didn't get robots in there or
They,
anything.
they've got like they've got like real lives and stuff,
Yeah,
and
that's
they
right.
do
There's
things.
real
They do more than
stories.
us.
These are real people. But from here on out,
They've got hands and everything and eyes and
so yeah, from 100
right.
onwards, we'll just pay people to subscribe and inflate the show. But
Yeah,
until then,
I don't think MD's really going to. I don't think your man Joe Rogan's really going to be worried about MD like us, is he? He's not going to be like,
nah, nah, nah.
these guys are the next thing. They're the next big thing. Whatever they're doing, let's copy it because it's not working. But maybe
Yeah,
that's the trick. Anyway,
I'm not going on his show. He's coming on mine. You know what I'm saying?
I love it. By the way, I might remove the spectacles from the head.
Oh,
I
jeez.
got a haircut today, so I want to show it off.
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
there's not much hair left to cut. You
I,
know what I mean?
I was going to mention your haircut, dude. It looks good.
Thanks very much. Feeling good. I'm looking Californian, but feeling Minnesota.
Yeah, right.
That's from. Come on, guess the band. Come on, come on, come on.
Boston.
No, I'll get Boston. More than a feeling. Get in the Valentine's mood. Man enough. Talking about tunes, right? Cheesy tunes. I was watching The Sopranos before we came on. I was talking to the pipe sergeant of the drum score, veterans pipe band,
Ooh.
and he says, I'm a big fan of The Sopranos also. She says, very good. And I said, what we should maybe think about doing is, wouldn't it be nice at the end of The Sopranos, right? You know, it's famous. They're in the kind of wee kind of diner, and he puts on the jukebox, "Don't Stop Believing" by, I believe, Jefferson's Starship. Changed their name to Starship to be a bit more modern for airplane.
Oh yeah.
And I says, wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it be great if we could play that as a band? How rotten that would be. Folk being horrified. Don't stop believing. And then we could just abruptly stop it, like in the film or on the show, and everybody goes,
As a pipe band.
like it's complete nonsense. It's not going to happen. Right.
I'm sure Red Hot Chili Peppers did that.
Talking about no happening, let's get to the bonesy things. Tonight. Another Genesis reference. Shots versus the Polis.
Ooh, what is going on here,
right?
Andrew Laird?
Do you know what? I don't know, right? I don't think really anybody knows whether the move from Hedge or Davy Henderson going to Shots, and I read the wee thing, the wee kind of light biopic type thing about why he's going to Shots. I get it, right? I mean, it's a big band, and I suppose everybody's got to make their own choices and do what they need to do. But I suppose people will be like, middle of the kind of close season, which I suppose as well, if you're going to leave the band, you may as well leave round about the now.
This
Because
is
it's better than going, oh, it was halfway through the season, we were devastated and all that, right? So they're looking for a lead tip. Shots has now got a lead tip, a new lead tip, because the last lead tip was Grant Cassidy,
right.
right? So me being me, I was like, I'll just text him because I've started becoming a kind of guy that hangs about Facebook and trying to
Yeah.
kind of nudge people and are you going to talk to me? Can you talk to me? Anyway, so I said to him, I said, look, we read that story about the piping press or the piping world or the news, the bagpipes, whatever, the bagpipery magazine that comes out online. And they were on about the void. You know, if you don't get
The
your
info
story out
void.
there. So everybody's like, what's going on? How did that happen? And then all the wee kind of the laundry rooms will all be full of kind of wee stories. Oh, this is what I heard, this is what was going on. And
The gossip will be rife.
gossip will be rife and all that. I mean, it might be something as simple as, I don't know, maybe just decide that I've had enough.
Yeah.
I don't
That,
know.
that's
So
me.
if he watches, I know his dad watches the show, right?
Right.
His dad watches the show. So we big Cass tell wee Cass to make sure he comes on at the end of this month and gives us a wee
It's the lowdown.
blasty of gives a loading. We don't need to get names and numbers and all that, but just gets generally how it came about and what's happening now.
So
Because
what?
folk,
Tell
folk
me what's
want to
going
know.
on here. Is this like a bit of a drama? Is this like is it sort of
Well,
people don't
it's
leave
do
without people going, oh,
you know what? It's a bit of a drama. Is it a bit of a drama? Listen, it's only a pipe band.
yeah.
I mean, nobody's been murdered. You know what I mean? It's like, let's contextualize this. A guy has left a pipe band and another guy has joined that pipe band. But the
During the
thing
transfer
is
season.
exactly. It's like, it's like the fit band. He's going to move and all. So the thing is people generally want to know because it'll change the dynamic of
It's
the
true.
band to a extent. You know what I mean?
It is.
Things will slightly shift.
It's a major
And
detail.
And obviously, your man Hedge he's a great drummer. He's no, do you know what I mean? He's obviously taking on the job, and he said in his week in a biopic that obviously he was keen to go. It's something that he's always aspired to do. It's one of the bands, isn't it? I suppose you could say that about a lot of bands like Lawrence Tool, Phil Marshall Montgomery, Shots and Dykehead, blah 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 blah.
These are the big
Big
fish.
hitters,
Yeah.
aren't they? They're big beasts, and
Yeah.
I can get the fact that ever since you've been a young guy a young drummer or a young girl guy, whatever, right? And you're being like that, I'll know I've made it if one day you sit there, think, I could maybe imagine I was the lead drummer of that corps.
Yeah.
And I would do this and all that kind of stuff. And I think it'd be nice if we could get, I mean, even your man Henderson, if he wants to come on, more than welcome, buzz me. Andy, I want to come on and I want to riddle and talk
Tell us
about
your story.
obviously moving to Shots. The more the merrier. I just want to kind of get an idea why it happened. What was the turn of events? It doesn't make there's no pantomime villain here. By the way, I'm a big fan of that. Do you know what I mean? And I know that Grant's he's a busy guy.
Yeah.
Right, because he does his chili papers and
he's always drumming.
He's always drumming, the boy, right? So
Yeah.
you just follow him. He's like always away places and all that. So there's maybe the element of work-life balance, pipe
100%.
band versus, and more importantly. And this sounds crazy as well, right? If you're in a pipe band, the matter, I mean, you've got your Stevie Crichtons and big beasts, literally and physically, right? They obviously, once you get to that level, and we spoke to Stevie Crichton about this, right? Obviously, I get that once you've spent all that time doing your craft, honing your drumming, right? And then you become the de facto guy, the champion drum corps, you're the man of the moment. Hey, you've got to cash in on that, and you've got to actually start saying, "Listen, I'm Andy." Imagine it was me. I'm
Oh
Andy Laird and
wow.
I endorse this cup, right? So you need the return. You need the return. You need to sell sticks. You need to sell pads. You need to sell skins. Whatever you do.
That's what everyone's out there trying to do.
I
Like
think that is completely
that's
in
the
line.
dream.
It's completely in line with the kind of the whole concept of I want to be good at this, but not really just good. I want to be an excellence at this. An
Yeah.
excellence. Well, you know what I mean.
Il
So,
excelente. Is it like almost the kind of everybody would love it, right? That it becomes your full time job
well, exactly. But
because
this
it's
is
your passion.
what I was going to say, right? Even if you are a big time like lead drummer guy, big time aficionado, right?
Hmm.
You just won the world's
Yep.
drum corps, right? You just won the world's greatest drum corps, 2025, Andy Laird, right? Everybody going mental. You've got a finite time to obviously cash in on that,
Hmm.
and also got the fact that I wouldn't imagine it's not going to make you a millionaire. It's not going
No.
to make. Do you know what I mean? It's not going to make you go, well, that's me. Walk into your job on Monday morning. See you, Bob. I've always hated you. And see this job, you can shove it. I'm not interested anymore. Right? You're not going to get. I don't
I'm
think
going big time pipe band. Like.
that's me and my big face in the pipe band. Dun dun dun. It's
Look at
never
us,
going to
man. We're
happen.
we're massive and we only got 100 subscribers.
Exactly. So I think everybody's got to take a check 1, 2, and just take a breath back and go. Look, I would actually imagine that there must be an element of fiscal return.
No.
If you're doing something, right, and fiscally it's more beneficial to do a specific. So, like, for instance, I mean, even like people like Craig Baxter, the guy's always busy. He's got 2 bands on the go, playing about in. He's a great side drummer. But the point is that that's obviously a source stream for him, and obviously he's teaching, etc., etc. So that's a source stream for that guy. He's not going to go back and join a pipe bond.
Mm.
I did ask him by the way to come and join the drum score.
We
He was
we
like that.
tried. Not
He
for
was like that to me, mate. Aye, all right, Andy, aye. Like that. I was
he's
like,
like
just say no. Just say no. You know what I mean?
he's like I already did the show. Is that not enough for me?
Exactly. Go to your rotten t-shirt. Bye. Door slams. But so I think there's a lot of factors: family dynamic, financial dynamic,
Mm.
you know, and what you want to galvanize your time with. Do you want
And
to?
the thing is,
Or you might. Sorry, on you go.
I was just gonna say for people like for us who are in the pipe band world and who are really into it,
Yeah.
and we love the stories and all that, we actually do want to know. You know what I
Oh,
mean? Like
we do want to know,
we
and we
want to
want to
get
talk
out.
about it. And we want to
Aye.
talk about it in your back. So before we come on the show, me and Jason's like, on another thing, and another thing. So you know, and then your mind starts running wild. Maybe you know
Yeah.
what do you do if you're in a drum corps and you're the lead tip and you hate all the drummers? You can't spend time with them. Just I can't. Like, Parter's rotten.
Which
Surround it with rotten Parter guys. You'd be
hey,
like that.
does
The
that
fact they start
does that
rotting a
happen?
Parter, you think you're in the pipe corps. You're like that. I'm the pipe corps here. What's going on?
This is not what I signed up for.
This is the
Listen,
furthest away from your drum corps that I could think of. I
listen
don't know.
do people sign up for pipe bands for the patter? You know what I mean? Like, do people
Just for the
kind of,
chat.
yeah, just jump in like, oh, I might do this pipe band thing. It'd be good bands. No?
I think the difference is, is that there's two streams of thought in there. If you're really that good, then you've not really got that much time for talking rubbish. I suppose that's got to be, you know what I
I,
mean?
I was talking about this with someone the other day, right? You join a pipe band
Yeah.
and you walk in the room and say it feels a bit clicky, right?
Right.
It's a bit like, oh, these guys over here,
You're
and you just
talking
can't
about behind
find
your
your
back.
place. Yeah.
Look at his watch.
They're having a
his
great
watch.
time, right? And then when you walk up and say, "What's going on, guys?" and then like they're just like they're silent. Yeah.
Or
Oh
you
yeah,
crack
yeah.
a joke and nobody laughs, and
Oh,
you think it was like top draw. That's one of the best. You've had folk falling about laughing with this one,
with
right?
my pals,
You call
that's
it on
good. That's
them,
good. Like,
and they all look at their feet and all that. Aye,
oh
aye,
yeah,
that's aye. Oh, aye. Yeah, right. So
yeah.
bottom line, either or. Guy, if you want to come on, more than welcome. I've already asked uh, Wee Cash to come on, so hopefully he does. If he doesn't, that's fine as well. We'll just make up stuff and we'll start getting into the realms of madness and start saying, oh, well, I actually heard this. Or they heard that. We'll fill the void with our own nonsense.
Yeah,
And that's what people will generally do.
bound to happen.
With anything like that, then they just start making stuff up or, I heard a guy for, do you know what I mean? Some mad random band.
Yeah,
I heard a guy for Johnston say this about a guy, and he knew a guy that. What are you talking about, mate? It's not. Do you know what I mean? You're not even in that sphere. Do you know what I mean? You're not even in that sort of kind of under. The circle gets bigger and the story gets wilder.
yeah.
So
And it
it'll be interesting to see.
stops people coming up to you at the competitions and being like squeezing it out of you. So why'd you do it?
No, they don't. But you know what? This is another thing, right? Because they're all two-faced in the pipe band world, right? They've all got mere faces in the clock tower. They all look at you and go, "Oh, right, how you doing?" And that. Then as soon as you walk by, they go, "Did you hear about him?"
It was true. He
You're
did
like,
it.
really?
I knew
Oh, they're
it.
tortured, mate. They're absolutely poison. So, that's Shots versus Apollos. That was that. So hopefully we can get information post haste.
Less gossip.
Which is
We want the truth.
that's so good, right? And then all of a sudden, folks start texting me like, "Did you not know this?" I'll be like, "Crocodiles were involved in it." I'm like, "Right, right." You know what I mean? Um, next on, talking about people,
Yeah.
friend of the show, Si,
Oh man, this guy is everywhere, isn't he?
Rudin Mental, Premier Rep, stand by, begin with a P, Peril Rep, Rudin Mental, Ambassador. He's currently in a place called camping. Mind I says to the wife, I would like us to go to Holland for Valentine's weekend,
A romantic trip.
a romantic trip. She was
Wow.
like, no, she was like, no, that's not happening. And I was I kept on looking at flights. No, the best I got was 219 quid return, right? So that's not a great deal amount of money,
That's
right? But then
rude.
I thought, the amount I get to spend drink, food, hotel, blah blah blah, and I thought, you know what? I've got enough with Air Force One, and
Yeah.
I've got lodge and sods with that. I thought there's money better spent doing that than going to camping. And I tell you what, it sounds like a cracking weekend.
Mm.
But the most important thing is the big reveal was he's the sticks that have come out.
Yes.
So I asked Simon Grant to come down to one of your practices on the 15th,
Yeah.
and you know what he said? 15th of March is kind of our first kind of wee
Yep. Yep.
practice
Yep.
or pipe band concentration. What do you think he said?
He said, "Stop talking to me, Andrew."
Something similar, actually. He turned around and says he can't. He's got a wedding on, and I
Ah,
was hoping he could bring the sticks and we could have a wee shot of them and see if we liked them. You know what I mean? He'd probably charge us double.
yeah.
He's like, these retail at £12.
We pay
You
it
can
too.
buy, you can buy them for 62. I mean, oh, thanks, Si. That's
Thanks,
great.
Simon. That'd be great.
Thanks very much. It's awful kind of you. so, um, so if you're watching this, Simon, I hope you have a great time in Holland, or you will. By the time you watch this, you'll be coming back with a share head going like that. That was brilliant. And I hope you took
Keen for
Mrs.
those
Grant with you.
sticks. I'm keen for those sticks.
Maybe you took Mrs. Grant with you and I said, oh, we'll go for a romantic weekend.
He's done it as well, eh?
Change you like that. What, man? No, right. Talking about sticks.
Yeah.
We never talk about pipers in this show, right? No, really. Because
It's not
we've
a-
got enough, right?
It's not a show about
because we don't.
pipers.
It's not because we don't like them, right? It's just that there's enough for them
Yeah.
in the world. There's more than enough. There's even cartoons about them and stuff, and it's too
It's
much.
the drum
guys.
score. We're about the
Uh,
drum corps, right? So
However, I'd like to shout out to Kenny McLeod, McCallum Bagpipes, because obviously he's quite interested in the project and he thinks he might be able to assist us. So that would be nice if he could. So I'm giving him a kind of, I'm kind of giving him a kind of, what do you call when you do that? An advance thank you, an advance
nice.
thank you online. And
Thank
I've
you in
mentioned
advance. Wow.
pipers. I've mentioned two pipers. I don't know. Mentioned the pipe sergeant with the shoes. Kind of a bit pipery.
We might have to rebrand.
talking about pipery
Yeah.
and all things bagpipey,
Hmm.
right? So we've got group chats on
Yes.
the phones, right?
Yep.
And I know obviously it's a different time zone for you, right? So you're watching different things. Is there an etiquette for this? Do we need to actually stamp this kind of thing? The etiquette of band chat.
Yeah.
I don't want to go down. Listen, I'm not going down the rabbit hole of, I think it's hate speech, man. I don't
No,
want to
no,
go
no,
down
no,
that
no,
rabbit
no.
hole, right? What
But
I mean
like,
is,
you get a
wait,
group of people together in a group chat.
yeah, what, what's the
What's it?
vein of thought here? Because it's quite a dynamic, isn't it? It's like, what somebody thinks is a good chat, other people just go, oh. My big thing, right? My big thing about it that kind of annoys me about these sort of things is that your phone dings, bing, right? Well, mine does. I don't know.
Aye.
You know me. It's not meant to do that. Well, it doesn't know. Right, you can put it on silent, no. You can put it on vibrate, not. But you know what I mean, right? So
Yeah.
certain things you go right. I want an announcement. A wee ding or whatever.
Yeah.
So you might be doing something and you think ding, and you go, oh, it's for that, and then you look at it and you go, really? Is that really worth my? Was it worth me picking my phone up and looking at that? That's my point. And then you
Especially.
go, but then it's like the boy that cried wolf, in it.
Yeah.
3 minutes later, there might be something dead important.
Some
Guys,
quality.
send me a text me a postal address because I'm going to send you £50,000 each. I've just been sponsored by a billionaire, so I'll get you. You know what I mean? And you're like that. I'm not touching that phone again.
Oh, more
You've only
rubbish.
got like 20 minutes to respond. Not touching it. No phone for it. It's been going off. What do you do?
Yeah, I mean, like my band that I'm in right now, right? For years, I'm talking. There was no communication other than the band email. It was like proper authoritarian regime,
Mm.
right? It
Yeah,
was
right.
like this is what's happening. Dot point 1 2 3,
Yeah.
be there, right? And that's it. You have
Huh?
no say, right? But then there were obvious things like people were like, "Oh, who's got this tune? Oh, what shoes are we wearing? All this stuff." You
Yeah,
know,
yeah. So
there's no capability to have this sort of
yeah,
backwards and forwards. It all goes through one channel.
the great thing about the WhatsApp thing, I think, is right. I think it's a good way to quickly get the information out, and
Yeah,
it's a quick way to you can get quick responses 9 times out of 10. Quick, quick responses, and you can get like you can if there's anything that you've not thought about putting out from an authority point of view, somebody can go back and go, listen, I think you've missed this, or
yeah,
do you
yeah,
mean
yeah,
that? So it's a quick way of check balancing.
yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe we're just going to have to appreciate the kind of system that it is with
I
the.
think
I mean,
that's
I
the
don't know
thing
what
as
I
well.
want.
You should allow for some. You should allow for some fun to be had. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, just a little bit of whoever's got the balls to do it.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the thing. It's like trying to work it out. What do we want, and what's the topic, and do we want to watch? I don't know, like a wee monkey falling off a tree. Is that what we
Yeah, yeah,
want to
true.
watch, or are you like that? Well, that's nothing to do with us. Stick that on Facebook.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
And then
yeah.
and because that can go down a rabbit hole where people think, oh look, we're doing funny animals,
Yeah.
and then somebody else says, oh, there's a wee cat. No, and you're like, where does this stop?
There's a
Stop!
cat playing
Just
the
stop!
bagpipes. Like,
Aye, do you know what I mean?
it's like
Stop!
semi-relevant. You know what I mean? Like,
Aye, I don't know. I don't know.
there
But
is. There's no.
as you know, I'm not a fan of technology, and I'm calling
Yeah.
that technology. So
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's easy. You just like, nah, just scrap it all anyway. But I think what you got to be able to do,
a bean can and a bit of string. Oh,
yeah.
um,
I think it takes some self reflection as well, right? Like if you're overloading the chat, you gotta just take a sit down and look at yourself and be like, it's just been me talking?
tell you what, when I'm thinking about this, right, about sending out messages, right. So the RSPBA's still got the four majors. The fifth is eluding us, right. So we've only got four majors, and I don't. As you know, we're only wanting one, which is the Worlds. So we're an easy hit. We're like that. Job done. We're happy.
Thank you. That's on the
But
list.
I know that other people haven't been happy, and they've not been happy about the kind of consecutiveness of the contests and all that. So that's doing the rounds at the minute where people are like, "What's going on there?" I genuinely don't. I genuinely don't know what's going on there. I mean, I don't know whether there seems to be a kind of lack of support from like councils wanting to kind of host the events, and the more modern kind of
Yeah.
aspect of it, where when people are starting to pay for health and safety, security, da 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 da, da and then they're like, right, is this going to be worth it for us? Are we going to host this? I don't know. Maybe somebody that knows a lot more should maybe again feel free to
Fill the
come
void.
on and tell us. Come on and tell us. Tell us how it is. Because again, I'm not really part of that world.
I mean, this is a cultural event.
Want to be. Well, it is. This is a cultural event, and it's like it's the five majors are pretty much the de rigueur in it. It's like this is what it's all about. You know what I mean? It's part and parcel of the season.
Yeah.
You want five majors, so I suppose there'll be a lot of bands a bit deflated about only having four, and deflated about the fact, like, the proximity that the contests are to each other.
But it's not the first time this has happened, right? Like RSPBA's had the fingers pointed at them for not having five before.
Well, the last year there was the kind of the stuttering kind of the start go kind of mentality of, are we going to get it on? Are we going to have it?
Yeah.
I don't know what the answer is. By the way, how it seems to be a bit fluctuating and how it seems to be quite a kind of a stop go kind of thing. Are we going to manage this?
Yeah.
And it'd be interesting to get people's focal, their focus and say, I'll tell you what I think it is. I think it's that. I think it's this. And maybe be able to kind of shed some light on it. Because I genuinely, and I'm not saying this for clickbait, right? One, I know this, people will be like, I can't believe he said this, right? I'm not that interested.
In the five majors?
I'm not that interested, full stop. And people might go, I can't believe he's just said that. I'm not really. I genuinely, I'm not that really interested in it, because I know for some people it's their main focal point, right? For me, it's not, right? I do love drumming. I love watching great drumming, and this train that they call pipe bands, that's what it is. But I also think I think there's more to the art. I think there's more to the life of a drummer. Do you know what I mean? I think the descriptions that I've heard some people saying, it's just like a sport, which it kind of is. Do you know what I mean? You get warmed up, you go, you do it, finish, next week, same, blah, blah, blah. And to an extent, that in itself can become monotonous. That in itself can become...
Yeah, right.
Another park, another setup, roughly the same. I don't know.
This is from a man who's been there, done that.
Well, maybe I'm talking to people who are like, are you mad? But I think that genuinely there's a lot of people probably harbour the same sort of feeling. I mean, the other thing is that these kind of the events themselves, if you're involved in it, you don't really see anything except your own band, and you go in and you come off.
Yeah.
And you don't really see that much more. You kind of, in a weird sort of way, you're focused, depending what time your band's on it. Anyway, if you're on early in the morning, I suppose you could argue the fact that you can sit and watch everything all day and you've got plenty of time. It's up to you to choose what you want to do. But my point is that by and large, everybody's quite insular. They go there, get off the bus, they rehearse, they practice, they go on, they play, they finish playing, they maybe walk and clock a couple of bands that they maybe want to see, you know what I mean, like one of the big bands, or their nemesis band, the band that's maybe been bogeying them during the year or something like that. They might want to go and pay attention to them. But by and large, that's about it. And then they hit the beer tent or whatever, and then that's their day off.
I mean, in regards to like...
Get home about 9 o'clock at night, and that's it.
Yeah, like it being an event, right? How much of the event, like the people attending the event, are just the average punter, just from off the street? Or is it always like someone who's tied in with a pipe band? It's that kind of...
This would be an interesting thing. This would be an interesting survey, right? If you actually done the click, like the people can actually find out. And I suppose people like Glasgow Life, when they do the World Pipe Band Championships, and the vast amount of people that turn up there, they must, to some extent, try and survey this base or this income that's coming in.
Yeah.
But this is a straw poll. This is only Andrew Laird's straw poll, right? I would say that the majority of people I see walking about are either ex pipers or drummers or people that have got like, a vested interest with the band. So
Yeah.
like their
That's right.
girlfriend, their girlfriend or their boyfriend might play with the band and they're there that day. Or their relatives, one of the relatives there, oh, we'll go and see wee Johnny or something like that. And
Yeah.
he's playing the day, and they go, and the mums and dads and whatever. So really, it's one of the things that, although there's a lot of people that are not in a pipe band uniform, so you'd say, oh, there's a lot of visitors, there's a lot of people watching. I'd probably say that quite a lot of the people are probably in
Yeah,
some
tied
way
to it. Yeah.
tied to it.
Yeah.
So
But
I'm
that's
thinking, I want maybe something like can we not have like gladiators fighting or something like that? And
well, that's the point of a Highland Games, right?
lion taming and all. I don't know.
Is that the point of a
I
Highland
don't know
Games? Is
what I
that you
want.
kind of link, you put them all together, right? You put all these different things together. Like you got the caber toss guy, and he's like,
Oh, you mean at the Highland Games?
Yeah. This and
I bet that was outrageous. The one that we went to was outrageous because there was folk like running round the track and guys are
bike
trying
riding
to,
around.
and guys are trying to play. I think that's a bit wild.
But
And
is that like
they're trying to get in their zone. And there's a wee boy lost at the ice cream van. Could someone get his name's David? Not what the hell? They're trying. Do you know what I mean? It's like I don't know.
that was pretty funny.
should maybe have if you're going to have separate. If you're going to have the lion taming bit, make sure the lion taming's a wee bit away from where they're competing in the circle.
Boggle just
I
like
mean,
kicks off their set, and like someone comes on and is like, "Wee Jimmy's like lost it. Anybody
exactly.
playing Wee Jimmy?"
So I don't know. Again, it's an open-ended thing. People that want to share
But
with
I
us.
need to know the majors. Is this just a standalone event? Nothing else happening like a Highland Games. It's kind of opposite. It's just the major competition, and that's it happening.
Aye, that's exactly. So it's not like what were we at Dunblane or something like that?
Bridge of Allen.
Bridge Allen. I think it was some right. So aye, a major is the de facto competition.
Mm.
So whether it's UK, British, whatever it is, right? That's what that is, and
Yeah.
that's what all the busyness is in that part on that day. I don't know. So the whole the RSPBA thing for me is like I don't know. I'm more
Four's
focused
enough.
on I'm just focused on being a bit of drumming, and
Yeah.
hence the reason why it suits the mentality of the band only to do the worlds as well.
Mm.
I mean, there's a few reasons, right? There is a few reasons, and that's for another show. But by and large, for the band to actually get out and our main focus or our main, I was actually talking to the treasurer for Colburn Pipe Band, right?
Mm.
Lovely woman, fair girl, shout out, she's a piper, Jean, right? So I was talking to her, and she was talking about because I was talking about the worlds, and she mentioned that she says, well, I like doing all the competitions, and it gives a great chance to the younger members in the band, and it gives something back to them, and I totally get that, right? And I hope nobody thinks that I'm trying to be a wido. I totally get that. It's so important that the young members of the band feel confident enough that they're going to a competition that's not like kind of all or bust type scenario, and they get that experience, right? So I'm not against that. I'm all for it, right? Because at the end of the day, your own. I think I think there's a certain point. No, me obviously, right? But I think there's a certain point. If you're a good piper or drummer, you should really pass it on.
Yeah.
And if there's a wee guy or a wee lassie saying, "Could you show me this?" I think to an extent you should help out. You should be trying to encourage that.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? 3 score a year and 10 when we're all gone. Technically,
So it'll all just die out.
Aye, so I'm a big fan of that. I'm a big fan of the youth, getting what's due them. They should be going to these things, and if that helps, and that does help, I know it helps for a fact, and I know that guys in Colburn, I know Wally, he does sterling work there, and he's always there.
Oh yeah.
You walk in, he's there teaching kids and all. So that's a phenomenal thing. That's money in the bank, but you know what I mean? It's like cash back.
Yeah, investment.
Forget that. I'm not resistant to that, and I'm not arguing with that. So I understand her perspective. I was just saying that, look, at the end of the day, we're picking a major. We may as well pick the major, which is the Worlds, and that's why we're doing it that way.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, if you're a guy that's practicing day in and day out, you kind of think like, and you're kind of new to the world. I want to go and I'll do all the
you
competitions. Yeah,
I'm
I
doing
want to
this.
destroy. Yeah,
Because you want to keep the flame alive, don't you? You
that's
want
right.
that
That's
wee
right.
guy. You keep the flame alive, keep
Yeah,
going.
yeah,
And
yeah.
when I was a wee guy, and I played with Whitehall, sorry, Whitehall, Whitehall in my mind. When I played with Whitehall, and that was fantastic, and that was a great buzz. That was a great buzz being a wee guy, getting into a wee novice juvenile band and going and competing.
Yeah.
Magic,
Get results.
great fun,
Yeah.
great times, and obviously I wouldn't change that for the world. However, now that I'm in the autumn years of my life, right, it's not so much a thing. That's all
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Yeah. Well,
Well, we'll get the hate text in shortly about this.
yeah, yeah.
Right, anyway,
If you want to send your hate, offset the
yeah.
drums. Offset the drums.
Upset the drumscore.net. Send it in. Who do you think you are? Right, anyway. I need to keep looking at my wee crib card. It helps me out a lot.
Surprised you can stand.
So I think we're pretty much kind of done.
Yeah.
I mean, we've rounded up what we wanted to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, we've got drum scores coming in for the drums and pipes of the Drum Score Veterans Pipe Band. So
Yeah.
I'm very keen for that, and I'm keen to just get
Start
learning them.
snarling at it.
Ah,
Listen, that's nothing. I've got that coming. I've also got the Royal Edinburgh Military Tattoo. We're away
Cool.
next month,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
To New York / Washington Tattoo.
Huge. Lovely.
But I was like to Happy Meal. You want to hurry up and get these beans to me? Because it's like I've got to get this into my noggin.
Yeah.
And time is fine. And I've got other stuff to get in my noggin as well.
And the thing is, if they all come at one time, they all start melding together.
That's exactly what's going to happen, by the way.
Yeah.
I know for a fact it's just all going to get sent to me in a wanna, and I'll be like, oh, I need to get all this half. It'll feel like a mountain.
It's a
You know how you eat an elephant? You know how you eat an elephant?
One bite at a time.
One bite at a time.
So I mean, that's what's coming for the Drum Score Pipes, but for the old drum heads out there, we've also got been re-uploading, getting all the episodes up on Spotify. So if you're an audio listener, you should be able to listen to everything up to date now from now on.
The sound of that.
Yeah, that's.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah,
Did you get that? I like the sound of that.
Oh, yeah. I heard
this
that.
Is the thing, but this is the other thing, by the way. I don't listen to the show.
Yeah,
I watch the show bizarrely.
That's the thing.
Everybody's like, how vain a man. But we have to watch the show back just to make sure that we're happy with it before it goes out.
Aye.
But I wonder if it translates as an audio. I'll need to try that. Just no watch.
That's the thing. We've just not been in that world of like, oh, it's an audio show. So now it is now. So
we can't do things like that. Check this out. The guy's like, what are they talking about? if you're on Spotify, it was just a mug. It was just a wee pun. just a bit of fun. Don't worry about it.
We got a new segment, Shadow Puppet Time. Yeah.
And talk about the mug and the pun and all that kind of thing. What's happening with the logo? I heard you've just decided. You've decided to go off after reservation in this one. You're like, Lirty, we'll get rid of the logo. What? Getting rid of it.
Yeah, I made an executive decision.
Rebranding.
And it's not a rebrand. It's just a slight alteration because someone's come up to me, and I've been wearing the Drumhead shirt, right? And they look at the logo and they go, "What's the rum score?"
Yeah, that was a Scott. Is it Scotty McCaskill? He was when the first guy said that to me. He was like, what's the rum score? And I was like,
oh wow.
But listen, do you know what? Shame on them.
Yeah.
I thought that's quite clear. Obviously, I'd say that was my idea. But that's quite clear. That.
So I'm coming up with something just a tiny bit different here, and that'll be the final iteration, and we'll just wear that.
Thank God you told me that because I was just about to go and get more merchandise, and I'm like, I'm not going to bother now. Going to have to wait.
Hold your horses, buddy.
I'll keep my leg
That's the thing.
ready.
That's the thing, though.
Aye.
With the new logo comes some more primo merch. So clear your wardrobes out and
Listen,
make some
I'm
room.
not going to have any room in my house for all the merch. I'll be like, Drum Halla is now full.
Yeah,
Please, no more.
that's the thing. I'll be bringing it
I'll
over
be
as well.
giving away free. I'll be like, I just want a free T-shirt. That's what I was like with the subscriber. What can we give him free? Get ready the clothes mountain. There you go, my friend. Have one. Have one for your friend also.
They also double as towels.
Can you use it as a scarf in the winter? Bad, innit? Listen, it's just this is the problems you've got. These are first world problems we've got. Don't you worry about these things. How do we get rid of our merchandise?
All we're doing to do is just make people happy, Get right round
Well,
it, folks.
maybe one day we'll have drumsticks to sell. And that in the sea of many drumsticks, folk will be
Yeah.
like, who are these two jokers? What is this?
You can always have one more. You can always have one more.
Oh no, what we'll just do is we just piggyback one and just make a slight change.
That's it.
So we'd pick a popular stick, right? And then
Put a red stripe on it or something.
just put a wee difference on it, something minuscule. And
Yeah.
oh, but ours is different. It's like a different ergonomic feel. If you just use words like that, people will start thinking, oh, maybe aye, that's a good idea.
An innovative, dynamic, ergonomic rotation.
Aye.
Look
So
on,
I think that's about us for this weekend. We're trying. So the next one, hopefully, is at the end of February.
Yep.
And hopefully we'll get a guest for that. I'm hoping.
Open. All right. Go on then, drumheads. Have a good one.
Have a cracker. Happy Valentine's Day to all
Happy
those
Valentine's Day, folks.
happy friends of drummers.
Love yous.